Hello and welcome to another video. In this video we're finally putting everything together, so this Harry Potter Sméagol project is actually coming to a close. Now this project was actually much easier than I thought it would be. So originally I had done some voice work that would go over it, but after hearing it, it was very bad. And what I did, I just took clips from the movies and then I stuck them into this project. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so the first thing that I did here was that I just needed to download, well, not even download, use a background that kind of looked like Hogwarts / something else. I had used this background way back, so it was a good one to recycle. Now this project took, I'd say about maybe 4 hours in total to do everything, so it didn't take as long as I thought it would. The only problem I had with this is that the background was a bit too detailed, so doing the renders kinda took a lot of time. But in the end, I'm happy with what came through, and I'm happy with what the result was. So here, the first thing that I'm doing again is just going into the lip syncing. So what I did was that I changed the clip into a WAV file that I could use and import into this project. So what I'm doing right now is just a whole lot of lip syncing. And I think if you see from the previous projects that I've done, lip syncing is like the #1 time consuming thing that you'll have to go through every time you do a project. But with Sméagol, because he's saying a lot of things, what I did was that I just let the software do it automatically. So it was much faster. So right now what I'm doing here is just moving him around, creating the rig and bones, you know, just giving him that nice movement. And I also want to emphasize again that, you know, the amount of stuff that you can do with this software is quite a lot. And I think here with these videos that I'm doing is just to give you a basic idea of what you can do. But I think in terms of whatever project that you're working on by yourself, you can do way much more, and you can put in even more details than I do. So right, so here again it was more rigging. This first dialogue of Sméagol was about I think 18 seconds. So what I decided to do is that I would play only 16 seconds of it, and then the 2 seconds I would give it to a scene with where Harry Potter is in it. Okay. So here I'm just playing around with his eyes. It looked very weird with the one eye opening larger than the other one. And I tried to fix it. I tried to make the other one do the same, but in the end it didn't come out the way I'd hope it would. But again, I was okay with the results. So here, just playing around with the direction and just making him look nice. So you can see that he actually looks like he is moving. So yeah, I was glad with this. I was literally surprised how short this animation took me. The one that I done with Bella and Edward actually took longer than this one. And before I'd started doing this project, I really thought that it would take the most time, but surprisingly, I overestimated. So whereas before I had underestimated, here I had overestimated, and it was actually a short project. So now I'm just playing with the camera movement. Everything is done, and I'm just saving this as a scene 1. Yes. So what you'll note again is that when I animate or when I'm about to render, I don't render until I finish every scene that I'm doing. But I think this is the purpose of just showing you what I'm doing. Generally, if I am working on an actual project, then every scene that I do, I render immediately after I'm finished setting it up. So now we're going to the second scene. So this part, we're just putting Harry Potter there, so he's gonna take up the 2 seconds of the full video of where Sméagol is talking, and this is just to add that nice effect, I suppose. If you guys enjoy what you are watching, please consider subscribing and liking. It always helps. It helps with the algorithm. As of this video, I am on 1 subscriber, so I'm excited. It's 0 to 1 is a big number. So if you do enjoy, or if you've watched till this far, please consider subscribing and check out the other videos as well. All right, so here we're creating a quick clip of Harry Potter again. A background that I had done many years ago. I thought it would be a good fit for this because it does look a bit like Hogwarts. So here I'm just creating a little motion for the shot that he'll be in. All right. So you can see. So all I have to do is make sure that it's 2 seconds long because it needs to fit in exactly with the other one. So that's it. So now I'm creating Harry Potter again, but this is the scene where he actually says something. So where he says, "That's a lie." And his lines were very short, so this one was even less than a second. So even the lip syncing, I didn't even mess with them because it's very quick. I don't think anyone would be able to notice unless they deal with lip syncing. And then here I'm just messing with the expressions on his face to make them look like he's saying, to make his face look a bit more expressive. Right, I think I'm happy with this. So every time I'm happy, I just save as, open this. So you can see now with this one, I'm just finishing up the rest of the scene of the first part where Sméagol. Wait, I've confused myself. I think this is the second dialogue of Sméagol. Yes. So this is not the yeah. So this is the second monologue. So here I'm just giving him again, going for the lip syncing. It was minimum work. I didn't touch too much on it. And then just, yeah. So what I did was that I just used the previous, the first scene instead of starting from scratch so that I could just, so that I wouldn't have to do things twice, I guess. I'm a bit confused. You see, this is the consequences of recording after you finished doing the work. You're like, wait, which part was this again? But I find myself getting better at this. I think I struggled at first doing the first few videos, but as I'm doing more and more, I find myself getting a bit more confident with the videos that I'm doing. So here, making his eyes pop out, look in surprise. Also just those rings around his eyes, just making them a bit more expressive. So here he looks very creepy, like this is really creepy. And now I'm just giving him the eyes to blink. You can see now he blinks well. He can look left, and then all we do is we just copy and paste. But if you wanted to give him more expressions to his eyes, you can do that, but I suppose you'll see more as we go on. Alright, so here I was just compressing everything together because his eyes looked weird. So what I did was that I just erased everything that I had done, and then I started from scratch again. And then I just moved them a little bit. And I also knew that his face would be covered up for a huge portion of the video, like with his left hand, if I'm not mistaken. And then, so what I did here was just a little of minimum work. But yeah. So here it's just moving him around, and then you'll see it's already come to a close. So you can see where you see that WAV file, that's where the dialogue ends. So here I actually did make a mistake, because with all the videos that I've been doing is that at the end of the final scene or the final shot, I always leave a little more room so that I can put a fade in, but I actually forgot to do that with this one, and I only remembered when I was finally editing the final project. I was like, oh shucks, I've missed the fade in and fade out. I thought about putting it in, but you know, at that stage I was already done, and I was actually starting to work on the next project. If you're curious what it is, it's Darth Vader. So we're gonna be animating a Darth Vader scene, or Star Wars scene rather. Oh wait, no. Oops. Wait, that's not the next video. The next video is a Pokemon video with Baby Yoda, and then followed by that is the Darth Vader video. Yeah, so I always plan which videos I'm gonna do beforehand. So as you've like, if you're watching this video right now, then there's 3 other videos that I've already finished and I'm just waiting to put together. So here we're just coming to Sméagol, putting him together. You know, I wasn't too happy with the his movements. They looked really weird. So here I'm just playing with the camera. Having the camera have motion always helps to the scene. See there, it's looking alright. And then this is the final shot of the whole project. So this one was even faster because it was, I think, just a bit over 2 seconds. I did try playing with the lip sync here, but I think what the program did was way better than what I wanted to do manually. So I was happy with that. So here we're putting him together. Well, not together, we're just playing with his face again. And then putting the expressions. And then just moving him around. And then that's about it. So it wasn't really a lot. I think, yeah, the time consuming of this project was definitely doing the character designs. So now we're going into After Effects, and this is where I'm just gonna composite everything together. I put all the scenes that I've made. You can see I just put them and align them. And you can do this in other editing software. It's just that I understand After Effects much better when it comes to compositing and color grading and editing. So this is the software that I use for putting everything together. So here I'm just adding the audio that I'd actually forgot to render on the second Harry Potter scene. So right now it's just coming to a close. And then once again, if you guys enjoy what you're watching, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and then this should bring the scene to a close. So right now it's just the grading that I'm putting on, and then that should end everything. And then here's the final result. Hope you guys enjoy it.
I found it. I did. The way through the marshes. Orcs don't use it. Orcs don't know it.
That's a lie.
All dead. All rotten. Elves and men and orcses. A great battle long ago. The Dead Marshes. Yes, that is the name.
No offense, but I really don't care.